how much freedom should children have? It's a question I wrestle with. I'm sure you do as a parent. And it's come up because everybody and their brother has sent me this video of a mom in Georgia who was arrested by local authorities there, the sheriff's office, after her 10-year-old son was found walking alone in their small town. It's a reminder that safe and unsafe parenting is extremely subjective, and a lot of people think we've gone too far on the safetyism side of things. And so to help us figure it out, where to draw the line, we've got a psychologist, David Friedlander with the Child Mind Institute. David, thank you very much for being here. You're not the lawyer for that mom. You don't know the particulars of that case, but it does raise this overall question of you want to give kids freedom because caring for themselves now helps them care for themselves later, but you also don't want them to be in danger. So where is that line?
So it is, as you said, extremely subjective, and it depends where you are. It depends on your specific kid. I will say that exactly as you put it, you need room to experiment to figure out where the boundaries are in order to develop into your best self as an adult. But you also do need to make sure that you're not putting kids just thrown into the deep end and letting them sink or swim on their own.
I kind of lean toward the supervision side of things. I'm a little paranoid, and so I like to make sure that someone's got an eye on the kids because you just never know. My daughter's 3 and my son is 10 and a half, so they're still little. But my 3-year-old, she can be on her own. I'm always a little uncomfortable about it, even if she is just playing. A friend told me that unsupervised play, so kids playing together without parents, is actually really important for their development. Is that the case? Is it better for me not to be watching, or should I just be hidden so that they don't know that I'm watching?
So I would say a balance is actually appropriate, but yes, absolutely. When they are playing without the adults, they might be trying out new imaginative strategies, new rules that they're self-imposing that they wouldn't have come up with if you had put those rules in place for them. So it really is, kids learn through play, frankly. They're trying things out. They have those active imaginations. And if you're putting really clear boundaries and fences around what they are and are not allowed to do, then they might not be trying out these brilliant ideas that they're coming up with on their own. That being said, you wouldn't just leave her alone all day, right? That wouldn't be appropriate or safe. So maybe peeking your head in every once in a while, but also as long as they seem happy and they seem safe, backing off a little.
Short of consulting an expert, how do you know when your kid is ready to ride on the subway by themselves, walk to town by themselves, you name it?
Yeah, so there's a few things I would encourage you to look out for, and broadly speaking, problem-solving ability. How do they handle unfamiliar situations? How do they handle pressure? Can they regulate their emotions? Are they able to identify danger? Can they advocate for themselves effectively? If they were in an unfamiliar place and their phone stopped working, would they know what to do? Do they know your phone number by heart, or do they know how to get in touch with you? Would they be able to ask a stranger to borrow a phone? Things like that. So you want to plan for the worst case scenario, hope for the best, of course. But if you believe that your kid could handle when things went awry, that's a really good sign. And if you're concerned, if things don't go according to plan, they're not sure, you're not confident they're going to be able to handle it, it might not be time yet.
Do you see a shift toward people, more of the helicopter parenting? And then what are the implications of that societally for the kids that we're raising for this generation?
Yeah.
Because Tony always talks about how he used to go off on his bike and not come home until dinner.
Well, yeah, and I support that kind of free range. I think we have gone too far on the safetyism side of things.
So again, I will say it depends on the kid and it depends on the circumstances. Here in New York City, I do see a lot more parents really supervising and really structuring their kids' day. I do think with social media showing us every time there's an attack at the subway, every time a kid is riding by the highway and their bike gets nicked by a car or something, we're so aware of it. These things were happening in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but you didn't hear about it every single time.
Yeah, it's true. So I see a wedding ring there. Are you still in the theory part of your job, or are you in practice now as a parent?
I do have 2 young kids, yeah.
Okay, all right. Theory and practice. David Friedlander, thank you very much. The Child Mind Institute, we appreciate it.